Hey babes, my name is Lila and I am the Lavender Moon Oracle. Welcome to today's pick a card reading for the new moon in Taurus. Now, I had originally intended for this to be a zodiac reading. However, Mercury retrograde has been retrograding very hard this last week for me, and my phone broke, and then my ring light broke, and I was sick and had lost my voice. So that did not happen. Going forward, my new format is going to be zodiac readings for the new and full moon, and then pick a card readings every other week. But this is what's happening today, and I'm so happy to be here doing this reading today and getting this out in time. Fingers crossed. Yeah, so getting into your reading, the collective reading, we have the Three of Wands. So this new moon in Taurus is all about long-term sustainability, long-term manifestations. There's not going to be any instant gratification with this new moon. It's all about laying the foundations for long-term goals. And that there is a positive outlook. You know, we're looking out and expecting the best, and just sitting back and visualizing everything that could be, everything that could happen, and anticipating a good return on our investment, and the energy that we're investing in. We already kind of have our ideas formed from we've moved into a whole new reality after eclipse season, right? And right now I think this new moon is going to be taking place in the Mercury retrograde shadow period. Yeah, so like things are still like coming together, you know, and we've set our goals, we've initiated action, and now we are setting out these manifestations and putting in the solid work, and the solid grounded work, because Taurus is a earth sign, the grounded work to lay the foundation for our manifestations. Okay, so getting into the pick a card, we have group 1 with the tourmalated quartz, we have group 2 with the labradorite, and we have group 3 with the moss agate. Please choose whichever group calls most to you, and if more than one calls to you, watch them both. There may be messages in there for you. So I'm going to give you a moment to meditate on your selection, and I will see you in your reading. Hey Group 1, I would like to take a moment to thank the guides of Group 1 for helping me to connect into this collective, bringing forward clear messages for Group 1's highest and greatest good, and for the highest and greatest good of all. As above, so below, as within me, so within you. So Group 1, the oracle message that you received today is companion. So this is actually about your guides. Your guides are here with you always. They want to help you. They want you to call on them. They want you to ask for their help. They're always there. Whether you acknowledge them or not, you are two sides of one coin. A lot of the time we think of spirit guides and other dimensional beings as being something greater or more mystical or more powerful than ourselves, but actually in other forms we are the guides of other beings, and we are just as powerful as them. We're just doing different jobs at different times. if that makes sense. So your guides are there. They are your companions. They want to help you, and they're asking you to acknowledge them, for you to call on their guidance, on their wisdom, for their help. And I think that a really good way to connect with your guides would maybe be leaving an offering, leaving a gift, either on an altar space if you have one, in a special spot in nature. And acknowledging the guides in the natural world, your connection with nature, with plants and animals. If you have a familiar, they are also a guide. Your pets, familiars, however you like to refer to them, they are also guides for you, and special souls that have been sent to you in this lifetime, to be companions and guide your way. So group one, starting with your present slash past, we're just going to call it present, physical energy. We have the Six of Swords. So in your physical reality, your physical body, we see you moving out of a difficult time. You may even be physically moving at this time, but definitely in a transition period where you're moving out of something that's been a little bit more difficult and into calmer waters. It may even currently feel still a little bit rocky, a little bit difficult, but you are definitely headed in the right direction, and you know you're headed in the right direction. Even if it feels really heavy, even if your head's hung down and you got all these swords stuck in your boat, but you can't really deal with, I always like to acknowledge you can't really deal with these swords stuck in your boat until you get to the other side, and the horizon is in sight. So you're moving into these calmer waters, and once you reach the shore, you'll be able to actually deal with these swords, but right now you're just in that transitionary phase. And so here with the Six of Swords, this is you, but then you have your guides helping you. Your guides are helping you through this transition, helping to guide this transition into a smoother time, into an easier reality. I'll tell you what, that eclipse season slash this Mercury retrograde has been really rough, guys. So yeah, I imagine it has been pretty tough. But yeah, you're definitely moving into an easier time. So in your emotional energy, we have the moon reversed. So, coming out of, like, maybe you've been coming out of some sort of depression, some really heavy energy, some paranoid energy, dark, and deep subconscious things coming to the surface, maybe doing some shadow work. Yeah, this feels a lot like shadow work, like you've had to bring all of these shadows up to the surface to be illuminated, to be dealt with. And with the moon reversed, these things are being illuminated, they are being resolved now, and it's not easy, and it could be illuminating some things that you have been deceiving yourself on, that you've been keeping concealed from yourself, that are now being revealed to you. So this is not an easy journey, but I do feel like it is leading you towards this brighter future that you're moving towards in your physical reality. Now, in your mental energy, all of this turmoil has you very confused, and you're kind of like blocked off, like, oh my gosh, no more, I can't take any more of this, I can't even move. You are completely overwhelmed, and it is actually, you're having a hard time even like having like the foresight at this time to like see like that things are actually clearing up for you. You have like all of these churning emotions. So like in the background of the Two of Swords, she has like all of the water behind her, and it's all churned up, and the moon behind her. So yeah, your mental and emotional energies are very tied in together right now at this time, and it has you really confused and really like closed off and blocked off, and just like, oh my gosh, no, I can't take another thing happening right now, which totally tracks. That makes sense. That this has been really overwhelming for you. And again, I just want to reassure you that your guides are there with you. They are helping you every step of the way, encouraging you on this journey. Now, your synthesis energy, uh, the energy that this Taurus new moon is bringing into your life, is the world. So, yeah, completion. This phase of your life is done. It's done. Door is closed. Next chapter, okay? You are moving from one phase of being and into a completely new world, a completely new way of being, and that should be celebrated. You have done a really amazing job, and your guides are giving you a pat on the back. Y'all have done it. It's like you and your guides, high five. Um, sorry, that was a little silly, but yeah, and I think that it's very interesting because the world is surrounded by like all of the fixed signs, which we have Taurus and Scorpio. So that Scorpio eclipse, and now the Taurus new moon. Yeah, all the corners of the universe, and yeah, you're moving through that portal. It's done. We're done with that, and this could even be a phase that has been happening for the last like year and a half of the Taurus Taurus Scorpio eclipses, and the nodes in North Node, yeah, North Node Taurus, South Node Scorpio. So yeah, this phase could even be like the last year and a half for you, or maybe more. Take it as it resonates. Okay, so moving into your future energy, I just want to say I'm obsessed with this. This is beautiful. So your mental energy, your future mental energy, is the Empress, which is beautiful. This is total Taurus energy, Venusian energy. She is beautiful. She allows things, and I feel like with this in your mental energy, you're allowing things to happen as they come. You are allowing things the proper space to develop as they happen. You're not too worried. You're just focused on your self-care, on your on beauty, on luxury, and just being your most divine self. You are thinking with your heart and not so much your head, not getting all cluttered up. And with that in the mental space, you're not getting as cluttered in your mental space, and you're thinking with your heart. You're allowing your heart to lead the way, which I think is really beautiful. Group one, and I love this for you. So in your emotional energy, we have the Hierophant. I feel like this is allowing that guidance to come through, that guidance from the divine, from your spirit guides, allowing that guidance to come through and lead your heart, listening to where it is leading you, bringing that spiritual back into the physical. Well, it's not even physical. Well, with this being your emotional energy, I feel like this is like that balance between the earthly and the heavenly, and bringing that into your emotional space of like a very grounded place in your heart. And this is also, Hierophant also correlates with Taurus. So yeah, I love this. I love this. And I feel like you're allowing spirit to guide your heart at this time. That's what I'm getting from this. Okay. So in your physical energy, like I said with the collective reading, so we have the Knight of Pentacles, and like I said with the collective reading, this is allowing things to happen in their own time. Long-term goals, long-term sustainability, making the effort, the sustained effort to see your goals through to the end, and taking it step by step, moving slowly. It's not all gonna get done at once. Rome wasn't built in a day. And this Knight of Pentacles has these stamina and the sustaining energy to see his goals through to the end, and he is making those moves slowly but surely. Okay, group one, so your hindering and your helping energy. What is going to help you at this time and what is not going to help you at this time? So your hindering energy is the Ace of Cups. Feel your feelings, group one. Do not repress them. Allow your emotions to freely flow. And I feel like you are working on this with the moon reversed in your present emotional energy, and doing that shadow work, allowing those emotions to freely express themselves, to flow, and also doing the self-care, making sure that you're not laxing on the self-care and allowing your emotions to just fall onto the floor, because we need to be able to provide a structure for our feelings, this cup, and by that I mean doing the self-care and the things that are going to support you, to take care of you. Those things are important. The self-care is important. It's not just a secondary thing that that's not really that important. All these other things are more pressing. Actually, when we don't do the self-care, it adds up, and it is hugely emotionally draining on us, and then we can't do the things that we need to do. So making sure that you are taking the best care of yourself. And I think in your future energy, your mental energy, you see this. You're in the Empress energy in your future, and she knows how to luxuriate and do the self-care and do all the beautiful, luxurious things for herself. So in your helping energy, I thought this was very interesting. We have the Chariot and the Seven of Swords. So Chariot, yeah, taking some opposing forces, maybe with that shadow work that you've been doing, your yin yang, your light and dark, bringing those forces together to create forward drive, forward movement, moving forward, keep moving forward, and with confidence and drive, and don't let anything stop you. Seven of Swords, very interesting. I think that the message here would be being discerning, being calculated. The Seven of Swords, so she is stealing these swords, right? She's stealing these swords, but it's so that they can't be used against her in battle the next day. So making calculated decisions, and oh gosh, what's the word that I'm looking for? Okay, if I remember, I'll write it in there in editing, but yeah, making calculated decisions, taking calculated risks, and maybe also not being, don't let anyone see your next move. I'll say that. Make these moves, but don't let anyone see your next move. Don't be spreading it around, telling people, because that invites in like evil eye, like that invites in people having their own thoughts, ideas, and opinions about what you're doing, and that could distort the energy of what you're doing. So yeah, maybe be not like sneaky about it, but just like, you don't have to be forthright. You don't have to tell everyone what you're doing, you know? and maybe it's best to like keep it a little bit hidden, keep it under the surface, and you know, not telling everyone about your moves, and definitely not telling everyone about your blessings, because you don't want to invite in like jealousy, envy, or just like people having some sort of bad attitude about whatever you're doing, some sort of judgment, you know? You don't want that. So, your self care, group one, how you can take the best loving care of yourself at this time. We have sweet treats. Get yourself a little snack, something sweet, something good, something tasty. Indulge. This is Taurus season. Have all of the best foods because you deserve it. And maybe even like baking something if you're into that sort of thing. And just something that you enjoy. Indulge in it. You deserve it. Group 1, that's what I have for you. I hope that you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please make sure to like the video, leave me a comment, let me know what you thought, and subscribe to the channel if you would like to see more of these videos. Like I said, from now on, I am going to be doing zodiac readings for the new and full moon, but I will still be doing pick a card readings. So subscribe if you want to see that, and share this video with anyone that you think would benefit from these messages. And I hope that you have a blessed new moon in Taurus and eat lots of delicious sweet treats. Bye, Group 1. Hey, Group 2, welcome to your reading. I'd like to take a moment to thank the guides for being here, helping me to connect in with this collective, bringing forward clear messages for Group 2's highest and greatest good and for the highest and greatest good of all. As above and so below, as within me, so within you. Group 2, the oracle message that you received today is the Book Fairy. So this is the card of intellect, of sitting down with a good book and a cup of tea, and also the card of seeking out higher learning. So maybe at this time you're feeling called to go back to school or to study some sort of new course or craft, and to become better educated, to expand your mind and learn new things, or just curl up with a good book. The only caveat with this card, I do think, is that if you are spending too much time curled up with a book, maybe like, especially like me, I'm a huge fantasy reader, so if you are always curled up into a book and that is to the deficit of your social life, maybe go get out in the world, touch some grass. Okay, Group 2, let's get into it. So your present physical energy, we have the Ace of Pentacles. Beautiful. A brand new opportunity that's opening up for you. Something that is being gifted to you by the universe. Abundance, maybe a new job, maybe even a new course of study, like with the Book Fairy. I'm leaning towards that very strongly with this reading. Opportunity for growth, and it is only an opportunity, though. It is your responsibility how you invest this coin that the universe is handing you at this time. It is up to you what you choose to do with this and if you choose to invest it properly. So, Group 2, your present emotional energy, we have the Emperor. This is someone who is very in control of their emotions. They have their emotions on lockdown. They think with their head instead of their heart. Can't relate, but yeah, you know, very, very structured, maybe a little bit rigid in your feelings, but definitely in control of yourself. Your emotions are on lock. So in your present mental energy, you're a little bit exhausted, you're burnt out, maybe it's even giving you a headache at this point. You are retreated, you're taking a little bit of a rest period, and yeah, maybe just mentally overwhelmed, needing to meditate, to seclude yourself, to be able to process mentally. Because, yeah, maybe just a little bit burnt out here, and in retreat and meditation, and just resting up that old brain of yours, maybe sitting down with a good book, and enjoying, uh, recuperating your brain that way. So, what is shifting with this new moon in Taurus for you? We have the Ace of Wands. Yeah, so Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Wands. This is a brand new opportunity for you. This is something brand new that the universe is gifting you, that is opening up at this time. A new passion, some sort of new energy that's coming into your life that is sparking your enthusiasm, and creating a whole new pathway for you at this time. And again, it is up to you what you do with this opportunity, how you choose to move forward with this, but this is a gift from the universe for you. So, in your future mental energy, we have the Eight of Pentacles. And yeah, again, I'm really leaning towards like this is like a new study for you, a new job, or just something new that you're learning. So you're learning about your craft. You're studying. You're putting the work in, putting the effort in, and really just like nose to the grindstone. Um, that's the right saying, right? Nose to the grindstone. Um, and really putting in the work to learn about this. So I feel like you're taking this opportunity and you are running with it, and learning all that you can, to master and, be the best, that you can be. So in your future emotional, we have the Hierophant. So still very structured, but whereas the Emperor is a very earthly being, the Hierophant brings the heavenly and the earthly together. And in ye olden times, the royals were in charge of everything. The king, the emperor, he was in charge of everything, and he was law unto himself and didn't listen to anyone except the church. The church, well, until good old Henry VIII came around, the church, had a say in how the state was run. Um, so, and, well, Henry VIII became the head of the church. That's a whole tangent I'm not going to go down. I could go off, and wax historically, but I'm not going to do that right now. Anyway, so the Hierophant, um, in your emotional, this is still very traditional, still very structured, but making more room for spirit, more room for guidance. And then Hierophant is also a card of higher knowledge. So maybe even, reading some books that are, reading some books that maybe are affecting how you process your emotions, how you um, think emotionally, and here you have your emotions are completely being run through your head, which is probably what's exhausting you so much in your present emotion or your present, mental energy, because you're so in control of your emotions. So in your future emotional, yeah, maybe, or I'm even seeing like self-help books, or like some sort of uh, like some sort of guidance, something that you're learning that is helping you to process your emotions in a way that, like, there's still a system, but like maybe in a way that you were trying to do it like your way, and now you're like following the guidance of someone else in your, emotional realm. Take it as it resonates. So, in your future physical, we have the Eight of Cups. So, I see you moving on from something. I see you leaving something in the past, and you could even be physically moving in your future physical energy, like moving house, like moving out of like a place that like you felt comfortable, that was like your safe place, um, and some a place that was in your comfort zone, and moving into something um, maybe that, yeah. And like I see, like maybe you're going off to college, like if that applies. I don't know. I really feel like this Pyle is highly influenced by some sort of like higher education, so that's why I say like going off to college. But if that doesn't apply to you, like just physically moving away from what you've known before and into a new place, where you're questing forward, and you're questing for answers. Maybe this opportunity has led you to where the past is no longer satisfying to you. So you're being called by spirit to quest forward and to quest into a whole new world, something that's not familiar. And it's dark in this card, like you're being guided by moonlight, so maybe things aren't very clear right now in your physical, and you don't really know where you're going in your physical reality, but you're being called to trust where you're being led. So in your hindering and your helping energy, yeah, I think that this is definitely reinforced by these two cards. So your hindering energy, what is not going to help you at this time? We have judgment. So I feel like this is saying judging your present circumstances based on past experiences. It's saying that what is going to hinder you would be to bring up things from the past, and to resurrect things from the past. So yeah, no more of this past energy. We're leaving this behind and moving into a whole new world, which we see with your helping energy, which is the Fool. So yeah, you don't really know where you're going. You're being asked to trust where you're led, with this youthful enthusiasm. Maybe you're a bit naive, and maybe your emperor emotional self doesn't really like that. But you be open to the possibilities. Be open to new experiences. This is the Fool is a whole new cycle. This is zero. You're at pure zero. Anything can happen. There's any possibility. There's all the opportunity in the world for you, and you're being called to trust where you're being led at this time. So group 2, how you can best take love and care of yourself at this time. We have nourish your temple. So yeah, um, tapping in to your body to feel what it needs, nourishing yourself with healthy foods, good clean water, healthy thoughts, maybe new information, nourishing your mind with books and new learning, new ways of thinking, new ways of thinking about your emotions, and tapping in, feeling what you need at all times, taking the time to really ask yourself, what do I need? What is going to support my body at this time, support my temple? You are so important. You are deserving of love, and you are deserving of being cherished and nurtured in a way that is going to be supportive to you. Group 2, that is what I have for you. I hope that you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please make sure to like the video, leave me a comment, let me know what you thought, and share this video with anyone that you think would benefit from these messages. And subscribe to the channel if you would like to see more of these videos. And like I said in the intro, I will be doing zodiac readings for the new moon and full moon from now on, but I will still be doing pick cards every other week. Group 2, I hope that you have a blessed new moon in Taurus, and I will see you in the next reading. Hello, Group 3. I would like to take a moment to thank the guides for being here, helping me to connect into the collective of Group 3, bringing forward clear messages for their highest and greatest good and for the highest and greatest good of all. As above and so below, as within me, so within you. So, Group 3, the fairy oracle message that you received is Ivy. Now, this is the card of finances, and you may be wondering, Lila, what do finances have to do with fairies? And the truth is, not much. The fairies always trust that they will be provided for. The fairies are living off of the abundance of the earth, and so should you trust that you will always be provided for. As long as you are making the correct steps, spending wisely, saving your money, and paying your bills on time, all of those things to ensure our financial wellness, and speaking your abundance into the universe, making sure that when you spend money that you are spending it with joy and not with a grudge, not like, oh, I can't believe I had to spend money on this, or oh, I spent too much money on this, I shouldn't have spent that money. No, when you spend it with joy, and spend it as a gift to yourself. Always be aware that what you send out into the universe, you will receive back to you tenfold. That is a really good mantra to have, that every time that you spend money, you are letting it go with grace, and you will receive back 10 times fold, or something like that. So I see this abundance reflected in your tarot. Let's get into it. In your physical reality, we have the Emperor. This is someone who is large and in charge. They are a business person. They are taking care of business. They have built their empire from the ground up. They have the stability. They have built this foundation for themselves, and now they are sitting on top of the world. They are in control of their physical reality, in control of their finances, and they are, sitting pretty at the top. So you've done a really good job of cultivating your financial abundance and your financial reality, and cultivating this level of security for yourself that now you can kind of sit back and look over it and be like, wow, I really did that. So in your emotional energy, this is also reflected. We have the Nine of Pentacles. So this is someone who put in the work and is now reaping the rewards, seeing the abundant reality that they've created for themselves, and that they did it for themselves. You did this. You've created this abundance for yourself, and you see everything that you've worked for, and you feel the stability, you feel this abundance that is surrounding you, and you are really proud of yourself. And I'm proud of you too, Group 3. You've done a really good job, and you have everything that you could have ever dreamed for because you put in the work for it. Now, in your mental energy, you have the Seven of Cups. So it's kind of like, well, I have this foundation, I have this abundance, I have everything set in my physical reality. Now what do I do? You're kind of daydreaming, thinking about all of these different options, things that you could do, different paths that you could take, and you're wondering, what is really going to fulfill me? What is going to bring me this joy? I've put in such hard work to get where I am, but it feels like it's maybe not enough. And I won't ever say that money's not important, because in the world that we live in, it is. And having this level of stability is important to be able to fulfill your goals and fulfill your dreams, because you can't do anything if you're constantly working in survival mode. So you've gotten out of survival mode, and now you have the security, you have the abundance, but you're questioning what is really going to make you happy. And you're kind of in this daydreamy realm about it, and just kind of like wondering and sitting back and wondering what you should even manifest at this point, because you've manifested all of this abundance so far, and now you're just like, well, what do I really need now, you know? So what energy is this Taurus new moon bringing into your life? What is the synthesis energy that is linking your past to your future? We have the King of Pentacles. So yeah, more of the same energy, very much in the same vein as the Emperor energy. You have built this beautiful kingdom for yourself. You have the stability, you have the abundance, you put in the work, you are grounded, you are successful, and you have a beautiful kingdom that you've built around you, and everything you could have ever asked for. And it's very Taurian energy. He has this throne with the bull skulls on it. So yeah, totally. You have really worked hard for this, and you have this financial security now. So good for you, Group 3. Now, in your future energy, your future mental, we have the Six of Cups. So we're going from the Seven of Cups to the Six of Cups in your mental energy. So I kind of feel like this is like, I want to say a regression, but I don't mean like in a bad way regression. I mean that, you know, in your present energy, you're wondering what's going to make you happy. And I feel like in your future energy, you are harking back to maybe what made you happy as a kid. Like what were your dreams as a child? This nostalgic energy of thinking back to when you were a kid and the things that fulfilled you then, and what were your dreams, what were your goals as a kid, and maybe yeah, really thinking about that and tuning into that, and maybe that's where your happiness will lie, is somewhere in your childhood, somewhere in the past. So in your future emotional energy, and don't get scared when I say this, your future emotional is death. And I actually think that this is a good thing. I feel like this is a death of some old paradigms for you. So in this card, death, we have here, the king is dead. And you know, we have the King of Pentacles and the Emperor here. So I feel like this is saying that like, this is a death of like this old idea that like wealth is going to make you happy, that you need to have this certain level of achievement before you find happiness. Because here on the ground, before death, we have this little child holding up a flower, and again going back to your childhood, thinking of what really brought you fulfillment as a kid, and like what really made you happy when you were younger. I think that that's where you're going to find this happiness and this level of fulfillment for you, and not holding on to you know, this level of control that you have, because you know you've built a beautiful empire for yourself. You've built such beautiful foundation and security for yourself, but you know that's only going to take you so far. And I feel like in your future emotional energy, this is the death of this old paradigm of like striving to be the best, this ambition to be mega wealthy, and focused on the material. I feel like in the future you're going to be focusing more on the other side of Taurus. So Taurus, Venus energy, is both wealth and abundance, but also beauty and love and luxury, because you have this financial abundance. Why not luxuriate in it, and why not use it to make you happy, make you fulfilled? So in your future physical energy, we have the Hermit. I see you kind of like taking a step back, maybe taking a break from work, taking a little vacation, and yeah, she's like closing her laptop. So if you're one of those people that is always on call for work, and is like, oh, just like call me if you need me, I don't need time off, like, oh, I know I'm taking a vacation, but like I'm always available. Don't. You don't need to always be available. Focus on yourself. retreat inward, to look for that spark of illumination from within, and find that inspiration that you need within. And I think taking some time to yourself, and away from your work life is really going to help you to sort this out. Now, in your hindering and helping energy, your hindering energy, what is not going to help you at this time, we have the Three of Wands, which was the collective energy. So very interesting. I feel like sitting back and waiting is actually not going to help you at this time. You are not meant to just sit back and wait for things to happen and like sitting in this daydreamy energy of like, oh, maybe something will happen that will bring me fulfillment, and just like going on in the monotony of your day-to-day life, and not making any actual moves to bring you happiness. Like I said, take a vacation, and maybe, yeah, maybe travel. So Three of Wands, sitting back is not going to help you right now. What is going to help you is the Chariot. So moving forward, keep on going. Yeah, and she's leaving behind the city. So I feel like this is like leaving that old paradigm behind, letting this die, letting these old stories die, and moving on, and keep going, keep challenging yourself, and yeah, face the world with determination. You had this determination to get the security that you desired, and now you have that. Keep going, keep searching, for this for this fulfillment that you're searching for. And I really see you going on like some sort of vacation or taking some sort of break, and getting a whole new perspective. So, group 3, your self-care card, how you can take the best loving care of yourself at this time. We have beauty ritual. So, yeah, making sure that you are luxuriating, that other side of Taurus Venusian energy that is all about beauty and love and luxury. Yeah, making sure, I feel like people that are always kind of like working like this kind of like lax on stuff like that and their self-care, and like just like those simple little things, because it feels like it's not that important, but like it's silly, it's frivolous. Be frivolous, go get your nailies done, get a pedicure, and whatever your gender, you can go get a pedicure. My grandfather used to get pedicures all the time, and he used to take me, and it was so much fun. And doing your skincare routine. I love doing my skincare routine. It's really special, and having those like little rituals and those little moments in the day, to luxuriate and just like be like a little bit extra, is really, really important. And we don't always like see how important those things are, because we prioritize other things and other like more important things over it, but they actually are important to maintain our spirit, maintain our soul. So group 3, that's what I have for you. I hope that you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please like the video, leave me a comment, let me know what you thought, and share this reading with anyone that you think would benefit from these messages. And subscribe if you would like to see more of these videos. Like I said in the intro, I will be doing zodiac readings from now on for the new and full moon, but I will also still be doing these pick a card readings every other week. So group 3, I hope that you have a blessed new moon in Taurus, and I will see you in the next reading. Bye.